lawmakers speak out.
The rise of anti-Semitism is a crisis.
With anti-Semitism reaching historic levels in the country. Good news at the gas pumps.
Gas prices should be in the low $3 range nationally.
How these low prices will stick around for some time. And Hispanics take on the main stage.
That's one of our mission, trying to maintain the Spanish as an art and form.
And put on a show. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Virginia Tijerino.
I'm Catherine Miranda. Today is Thursday, November 30th, 2023.
Live from the Lee Caplin School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Caplin News.
Israel and Hamas have reached a deal to continue their current stop to the fighting, and the U.S. Secretary of State is now on the ground in the Middle East. Meanwhile, back in the U.S., lawmakers are calling for change in the wake of rising attacks against Jewish Americans.
CNN's Jen Sullivan has more on the cost to combat this crisis.
In an impassioned speech Wednesday, Senator Majority Leader Chuck Schumer pushing to stop Jewish hate.
The rise of anti-Semitism is a crisis, a five-alarm fire that must be extinguished.
For more than 40 minutes, the New York senator, who is Jewish, called for change.
I implore every person, every community, every institution to stand with Jewish Americans, not to ignore it.
Other leaders showing support for Schumer's call to action.
I share his disgust at the alarming rise of anti-Semitism.
In the month after Hamas attacked Israel on October 7th, the Anti-Defamation League says anti-Semitic incidents in the U.S. are up 316% compared to that period last year. It's particularly concerning on college campuses, where the ADL says 73% of Jewish college students have experienced or seen anti-Semitism since the beginning of the school year. On Tuesday, a group of Jewish students, alumni, and faculty filed a lawsuit against the University of California at Berkeley, claiming the school failed to protect Jewish people from discrimination on campus.
When you don't enforce policy in every situation, only certain situations, that to me is discrimination.
UC Berkeley saying the university has long been committed to confronting anti-Semitism. The Department of Education is investigating other college campuses across the country over alleged incidents of anti-Semitism and Islamophobia. One of the many reasons lawmakers are calling to end hate.
The time for solidarity must be now.
I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
Protesters choosing a high-profile position for their demonstration. Arrests were made last night during the Rockefeller tree lighting ceremony. New York City police were forced to arrest at least 4 individuals participating in pro-Palestine protests at the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree lighting ceremony. The group has been marching through the streets of New York City over the last week. The police have now prevented protesters from the tree.
Mourning today after the death of one of the most influential foreign policy figures in U.S. history. Dr. Henry Kissinger served as U.S. Secretary of State and National Security Advisor. CNN John Lawrence has more.
I have never dealt with a group of people as treacherous as the North Vietnamese leadership.
Henry Kissinger once said, "Power is the ultimate aphrodisiac," and he would have known. After escaping Nazi Germany in his childhood, Kissinger would become one of the most powerful figures in politics during the Richard Nixon administration.
Kissinger provided a genius for playing multi-level diplomatic chess, which allowed the U.S. government and the Nixon administration to implement Nixon's policies, the most famous of which, of course, was the opening to China.
Kissinger was criticized by some for his decision to increase U.S. military action during the Vietnam War.
I would then recommend that you start bombing the retreaters out of them within 48 hours.
Kissinger received the 1973 Nobel Peace Prize for his work in helping arrange the end of the U.S. military's involvement in the Vietnam War.
Henry Kissinger was a towering figure in U.S. foreign relations, both admired and hated.
Kissinger was 100 years old. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Former President Trump is skipping next week's GOP primary presidential debate in Alabama. Trump has passed on attending the 3 previous debates, so skipping the 4th one comes as no surprise. Instead, he will attend a MAGA fundraiser in Florida on December 6th, the same day his 4 primary opponents take to the debate stage.
Two of the nation's most high-profile governors are scheduled to hit the debate stage later today, and only one of them is running for president. The event between California's Gavin Newsom and Florida Ron DeSantis is being billed as the Great Red versus Blue State Debate. It will be 90 minutes long and starts at 9 p.m. tonight on Fox News, hosted by Sean Hannity.
A 13-year-old hero from Minnesota saves her mom by taking the wheel. Abby Foss was in the car with her mother, Barb Foss, driving when all of a sudden the mother was steering the car into a ditch. But Abby took control of the wheel. The mother, being unresponsive, kept her foot on the gas pedal, causing them to go highway speeds.
You were going 70, then you were going 40, and then you were going 80. It was just like all of.
Abby was on the phone with 911, who helped her turn the hazard lights on and put the car in neutral, which slowed the car down. Ultimately came to a stop. Abby was awarded for her bravery from the Hubbard County Sheriff's Office. The mother tested to have dangerously low levels of blood sugar.
Gas prices are defying odds and still dropping, and it's welcome news for consumers as we head into the winter holidays. But there are growing concerns that a key OPEC meeting this week, plus two ongoing wars, could disrupt that trend. CNN's Mike Valero has a look at that, plus how long experts say the low prices at the pump will stick around.
A gift at the gas pump just in time for the holidays. Gas prices are still dropping and leaving more jingle in consumers' pockets.
It's the longest decline that we've seen since the summer of 2022.
Despite a series of threats that suggested the opposite could happen, gas prices have now fallen every day since their peak on September 18th. According to AAA, that's a streak of more than 61 consecutive days. That significant drop comes despite Russia's ongoing war on Ukraine and the Israel-Hamas conflict.
That's the good news for the next few months. The bad news is that if Middle East tensions remain high into the first quarter of 2024, then you'll see gasoline prices move up independently of crude.
According to AAA, the average price for a gallon of regular gas stood at $3.25 on Wednesday. That's down 25 cents from a month ago. Right now, 15 states are averaging $3 or less for a gallon of gas, according to AAA. And there are now more than 20,000 gas stations selling gas at $2.75 a gallon or less. That's according to Gas Buddy, which says you can expect those low prices for the next several months.
I do expect that between now and, say, Valentine's Day of next year, gas prices should be in the low $3 range nationally, with many states falling below that $3 a gallon mark.
Meanwhile, OPEC and its allies have a critical meeting scheduled this week, and experts say the outcome of that gathering could impact prices at your local gas station.
That OPEC meeting could hold the key to future gas prices.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Mike Valerio.
Do the heroes of the Marvel Cinematic Universe need a little saving of their own? Disney CEO thinks so.
That's so ahead, and so is this story.
It's insane how when they first come in, they look like this, literally. They won't even look at you in the eyes, some of them are too shy to speak. And all of a sudden, 3 classes pass and they're doing the arms and this and...
Florida acting trope focuses on teaching this craft to young Hispanics. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Every day,
millions of people are connecting.
and even though we're overcoming obstacles,
Watching each other's backs,
And banding together.
we should still make an effort
We should still make an effort.
to get to know each other.
On a deeper level. Father.
Cosplayer,
Mentor.
actor.
It's time we take a step forward.
It's time we take a step forward.
come together.
And discover
How accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
The next generation of action talent gets ready for their close-up. The Hispanic American Acting Society in Doral has been fulfilling dreams for the past 12 years.
Caplin News reporter Christina J. Harris visited the acting school.
The Hispanic Society of Acting was founded 16 years ago in Doral and currently teaches 350 up-and-coming actors and performers. Founder and teacher Miguel Saeed created this multi-award-winning program in the early 2000s after a lifelong dedication to performance and the arts.
And we create the Hispanic American Society, which is a society of actors, director, producers that came together to do productions. And when we started only with Spanish. So that's one of our mission, trying to maintain the Spanish as an art and form.
I got better at singing, at my dancing, a little bit of my acting, but now I'm taking Saturday classes that they have here too.
Honestly, getting to know the kids and seeing their progress through dance. It's insane how when they first come in, they look like this, literally. They won't even look at you in the eyes, some of them are too shy to speak. And all of a sudden, 3 classes pass and they're doing the arms and this, and there's just a liveliness to them that first of all humbles me and keeps me creative and challenges me to want to do better and give them something that they're excited to dance for.
Not only do the shows and films showcase amazing creativity, they also rekindle the public's appreciation for theater. I'm Christina J. Harris, reporting for Caplin News.
The Marvel Cinematic Universe has been tanking these last couple of years, and Disney knows this. Yesterday, Disney Chief Executive Bob Iger said that his biggest priority for the company is turning around the creative engine at the dying Marvel Studios. We'll have to wait and see how things turn out for the franchise. You're watching Newsbreak, and we'll be right back.
I could really use a new tablet. I just don't have the money.
Let me ask you something. Do you have a Pell Grant?
Yes?
You do know you can get a free tablet, right?
Did you say free?
Yeah, free. It's simple. And the application is done in the store.
I could really use a tablet.
Go get one. Another satisfied customer. Stop by Panthertech in the Graham Center at FIU MMC today to speak with one of our associates to get your free tablet.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life. But how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have something called prediabetes. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Catherine Miranda.
I'm Virginia Tijerino. Get more news anytime at caplinnews.fiu.edu.